Have you ever felt you were working so hard but never moving forward? Like life was just bills, routines, and waiting. This is the story of a girl who didn't want to be rich. She just wanted to be free. Her name was Lena, and she lived in a quiet fishing village called Kohiri on the eastern coast of New Zealand. She was 27 and worked at a small cafe near the harbor. Every day, she served coffee to sailors, old men, and sleepy tourists. The pay wasn't bad, but it wasn't enough either. No matter how much she saved, she always felt stuck, as if her dreams were floating far away, like the boats she watched sail off each morning. One afternoon, while wiping the same old table for the 5th time, she paused. "I don't want to keep doing this forever," she whispered to herself. "I want something more." But what? That weekend, while walking to the local market, she passed an old bookstore she had never noticed before. A sign in the window read, "Make your money work for you, not the other way around. Talk tonight, free tea and cake." Lena smiled. She didn't know what the talk was about, but she liked free tea. So she went in. Inside, sitting cross-legged on a colorful rug, was a man in his 60s with a long gray beard and laughing eyes. His name was Mr. Arlo. He wasn't a businessman. He didn't wear a suit, but he had something in his voice, calm, confident, grounded. He began. "Most people work for money," he said, "but smart people make money work for them." Lena's ears perked up. "You don't need to be rich to start. You just need to stop spending every dollar you earn. Save, observe, and begin small." That night, Lena stayed behind after the talk. "Mr. Arlo," she said shyly, "I don't have much, just a bit of savings. I don't want to become rich. I just want to stop worrying all the time." He looked at her gently. "Then let's begin." Over the next few weeks, Lena visited Mr. Arlo every Sunday. They sat by the docks, sipping tea and talking about money, not just numbers, but what money means. "Money is not evil," he said. "It's a tool like fire. Use it wisely and it gives warmth. Use it carelessly and it burns everything." Lena went home that night and opened her drawer. She counted 1,300 New Zealand dollars in savings. It wasn't much, but Mr. Arlo had said, "Even a little water, if you pour it into the right place, can grow a tree." Lesson 2. Don't rush. Forget the new phone, he warned. Forget the shoes, the trip, the new sofa. Spend less now to buy more freedom later. That was hard. Lena loved her little treats. But every time she walked past the fancy cafe, she whispered, "I'd rather buy time than coffee." One Sunday, Mr. Arlo took her to visit a woman named Myra. Myra was a single mother with two small kids. She had started a tiny candle business just from her kitchen. Now, 2 years later, she sold online and even taught workshops. "I started with just $200, Myra said, laughing. "I didn't know anything, but I learned as I went." Lena went home that night glowing. "Maybe I can do something too," she whispered. She started small, very small. She used part of her savings to buy second-hand pots and started growing herbs, basil, mint, thyme. She sold a few to a neighbor, then more. She posted them on Facebook Marketplace. A cafe asked if she could supply them regularly. And just like that, money began to come in, even when she was sleeping. "You will make mistakes," Mr. Arlo said, "but you can't grow if you don't start." At first, her basil wilted. Her mint dried out. She wanted to quit, but she kept going, learning, adjusting. After 1 month, she had made $250 profit. She was tempted to go shopping, but she remembered, feed the garden that feeds you. So she used it to buy better soil, new pots, more seeds. Tiny green empire kept growing. 3 months in, Lena added something new. She started a tiny English tutoring group for kids in the village. She taught 3 afternoons a week. Not much, but enough. "Now I have 2 streams," she smiled, "like 2 rivers flowing into the same sea." Some days, plants didn't sell. Some weeks, the kids were too noisy. Sometimes she felt tired, but Mr. Arlo reminded her, it's not about quick success. It's about quiet progress. 1 year later, Lena still worked at the cafe, but only part-time now. She had savings in the bank. She earned passive income from her herbs, her mini classes, and a small ebook she created called Grow at Home. Herbs for Beginners. She no longer checked her bank account with fear. She walked with a lighter step, and every time she looked at her hands covered in soil, she felt proud. She didn't win the lottery. She didn't become a millionaire, but she no longer felt trapped. She no longer feared tomorrow. She was free.